let's make sure we could hear I could hear the music, not like the last time.
Okay, I'm pretty sure because I know what I did wrong last time. In fact, we're live now. I'm not gonna lie to you. We're live now. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. Coming at you live and on demand from the heart of Europe, this is the most badass hockey podcast in 2014. Ladies and gentlemen, if you just happen to be listening with no advertisement, no nothing at all for the last month, you happen to be listening to Shot the Point, the most ridiculously badass podcast in the whole known man's land. And I have none other than legendary comedian Jake Link with me right now on Shot from the Point. We have a lot to talk about, and at least which why we left the air for so long. Jake, how the hell are you?
Good, I'm good. Fucking freezing over here.
We are here. We are live. We're here to talk about hockey and then some.
It's our first Sunday show.
This is our first Sunday show in like 7 or 8 months, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I guess it was Sunday when we were doing it.
Yeah, we were doing it Sunday before we started broadcasting live and what have you. And,
yeah, it was Saturday, but I think to you it was Sunday.
That may have been it too.
Yeah.
Listen, for anybody that's listening, and they're more than likely listening, I've done no prep work for the show. I've done no preparation for the show, but me and Jake did make a verbal agreement to do this sucker on Sunday to talk a little hockey, and I guess I just have a lot to talk about as far as why I've been off the air and things of that nature. I'm going to cut it right now. I'm just going to get to the chase. I'm not going to get super duper personal.
Tommy was having a sex change operation.
Yeah, that's it. You got me. You got me.
That's right.
Look, in late 2013, I guess we can talk like it's a year ago, right? Sounds like we're doing good things. In late 2013, two things happened. I am in a miserable divorce situation, and that is one of the reasons that I broadcast from Germany and not New Jersey like I probably should. And it affected Thanksgiving, and it affected Christmas and what have you. So I just didn't have time to watch hockey. I didn't have time to stay up to 3 o'clock in the morning, so I just bagged it right there and then. I said, screw it. I'm fucking done. And it's probably a good thing I did that because court-wise things worked out for me. And I didn't want to, but I needed a break. I needed a break terribly because in some ways I had trouble staying up for work. And, I mean, that pretty much can't happen. You have to be able to stay awake during work. And so I decided to take a break. The other problem was our last show, we had a lot of technical difficulties, and I'm still, to this day, I've worked on them since. We have no idea what happened, whether it was my bandwidth or there was too many people on Skype or it was just bad luck night. Maybe my ISP was doing some some work or something like that, but we did not have enough bandwidth to even support video or anything of that nature, and I doubt there's going to be very much video this night because this is internet radio, right, Jake?
That's right. Top notch. Internet radio, off the cuff, baby.
Off the cuff.
That's
and
right.
This show's going to be really off the cuff. And I look. I don't want to bore you with my miserable life.
No,
but
I think other people's problems takes away from anyone else's problems.
Yeah, sure.
You know?
Well, do you have... Because I haven't talked to anybody. So, do you have any questions for me?
How was your holidays?
Christmas was nice, but I can't say Thanksgiving was very nice.
I think you were talking about Thanksgiving, all of us. And,
I've been working like an idiot. I did get New Year's Eve off, which was completely bizarre because Andy and me realized just how frigging old we are by going out on Thanksgiving or New Year's Eve. I mean, I'm getting to this point in my life because I'm approaching middle age. I just want like a quiet night. Well, New Year's Eve is not the night to do that, apparently. You know.
Well, Tracy and I, we went to a friend's house on New Year's Eve, and like by like 11:30, Tracy was like having a hard time keeping up. All
Yeah.
we wanted to do was just go to White Castle.
Did you go to White Castle?
Yeah, we went to White Castle. White Castle was open.
That sounds fun.
So yeah.
Yeah.
And it was great.
that sounds like a good time, actually.
It was. We had some hors d'oeuvres, but like it seemed like everything came out late, and we were starving. So we said, "Fuck it, we're going to White Castle." After the ball dropped, we said our goodbyes to all my friends and stuff. We just went to White Castle. We ate it in bed, and then we woke up, and I had horrible White Castle farts.
Gas, yeah. Did you hold her head under the blanket and laugh like I do?
No, what I do, I tell her, "Hey Tracy, squeeze me nice and tight," and then she gives me.
That's your move.
Yep.
That's your man move.
That's my man move.
Well, this is a man show. What can I have?
Right.
What can I tell you?
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, I go through a miserable divorce period. So I decided, because I had some like real visual ideas and using some clips from the NHL, which apparently I'm allowed to do. But a couple things happened since I last left. I don't know what's going on with Joe Cornin, but I cannot make money on YouTube anymore. And even in the simplest things, even stuff like this, even with some of the sound clips that we play, somebody's claiming legal rights to all of them, which technically they fall under fair use, like the little sound clips that we play. But the problem is the way YouTube's acting lately. I cannot monetize absolutely anything. There have been YouTube guys that have been making money for years by using video game clips, like from Blizzard and the people that make World of Warcraft, and that don't care that you monetize their stuff. They're getting claims from companies that have nothing to do with Blizzard.
It could be like it could be like you're playing a clip of the NHL and there's a fucking Tim Hortons ad on the board, and Tim Hortons could be like, "Oh, yeah, you're using our advertising."
I wonder what's going on, because the thing is, like, I haven't quit my job to do this for lots of reasons. I mean, that's just not happening. But there's a lot of people that have done video game reviews, movie reviews. I know Joe hasn't quit his job to do this stuff, but I don't think he could now if he wanted to. And it's really, although I haven't really made that much money, it's really discerning to know that, like, even if I get a lot of listeners, it's simply not going to happen. There's not a nickel in it for me. Now, I don't do this for the money. Don't get me wrong. But if I did have income coming in, something tells me I wouldn't have had the technical problems that I had last show, which I'm totally embarrassed about and fucking furious about. There was entire clips of the show that were missing in our last broadcast, and I was just too fucking frustrated to get up the next morning and actually fix the whole thing and maybe put it as just take the audio part and then fix it over. I'm just frustrated as shit, and it's getting I don't know, it's getting difficult to deal with. But at the same time, I love the game of hockey, and I want to be a part of it, and I want to put me and Jake's spin on it, and I want to have Joe on here, and I want to have Troy on here. I think we've had some really funny moments in the last couple weeks. Would you agree?
Oh God, yeah, the Doc Emmerich thing. I still listen to it every once in a while.
Yeah, I know, I do too.
Fucking died. I was like, all right, I was funny, but Joe just said.
I wish I wrote that.
Jake.
I really did. I mean, it's.
I know. I was like, come on, why can't my impression was good, but he just took it to a whole different level.
I know, I think
just like I can't even compete.
I think we're capable of that on a regular basis. I really do. But it's really difficult. Like, I'm free right now. I've slept. At 3 a.m, I don't think I could do it. You know what I mean? It's a physical thing, and with everything that's going on in the background, and I did put up a few videos in between this like huge break, but it wasn't easy.
Yeah,
So,
I know. I mean, you know what I've been doing? I've been trying to get putting this into certain hockey groups on Facebook and just letting people know. We got like 3 subscriptions probably throughout the. As we were on
actually,
our
do you know how many subscriptions we got since we went off the air?
How many?
30.
Wow, that's right, because they wanted more.
No, because they watch our dumb videos and don't watch the live show.
No, they wanted more.
They want more of that Jake Link. Yeah, hey, listen, if you want to call in, I pay for this Skype thing. Call us in on Shot from the Point. One word, username Shot from the Point on Skype. Feel free to call in anytime. I will answer your phone calls because we don't have a terrible planned show. I think we're just going to talk about what's been going on and things of that nature. And what have you.
A lot's been going on. Like, it seems it's been a good season of hockey so far.
I think we have an excellent season of hockey, and I want to get into the Winter Classic because I did watch that. I mean, I figured like shit. I mean,
you're not American if you don't watch the Winter Classic.
You know, the funny thing is, I'm talking about this with my girlfriend. Like, I was like, this is not a new tradition by any means. This is like not a new tradition. This is like something that's come along in the recent years, correct?
Yeah, I mean, my brother-in-law and my in-laws, they're not huge hockey fans, but every New Year's Day, the Winter Classic's on.
You watch the Winter Classic?
Yeah.
Did you watch the game? Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, the thing is, like, do you get this feeling? I mean, when I was watching it, first of all, the first period was shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like they're obviously adjusting to the weather, but I mean, I really got. I mean, it felt like a football game, right? So I really got the impression like this game was sort of meant to be played outdoors, even though I've been watching it indoors my whole life. And the National Hockey League never had a point in its career. It's only, was it 85 years old, 90, pushing 90? The National Hockey League never had an outdoor classic. They never played outdoors. It was actually the league that had the Stanley Cup prior to the National Hockey League was the league that actually played outdoors. But it did, in a weird way, even though it's so dramatic to have this Winter Classic thing going, it looked normal to me.
It does look very natural.
Yeah, it does look natural. There's a big controversy going on right now whether there's too many of these games.
You know what? I think we're gonna find. I think this year we're gonna find out what games work and what games don't. Obviously you'll still have the Winter Classic.
Sure.
But you might not have like the one that's going on in LA every year.
Well, sure. But I got to be honest with you. Did you see the thing I posted on Facebook just like 2 days ago?
The girl skating?
I served it with her. She was here in Wiesbaden for a while. Mm-hmm. And she's from Los Angeles. She's Mexican-American. She's a real sweetheart. She was a great soldier, first-class soldier. I wish she would have stayed in the Army. And that's another story, too. I really wish she would have stayed in the Army. And there she is in L.A. skating and looked at what pretty solid ice. I mean, I wasn't there. So I'm thinking if they can do it commercially like that, why can't the NHL do it? And the NHL is claiming, and I heard it again in the Winter Classic, that they can, this truck or this special science out of this truck that they can lay ice just about anywhere in the world.
You know what? I remember in the early 90s watching something about that Florida had an outdoor ice rink. Mm-hmm. This must have been when that technology was starting to come around. Mm-hmm. Putting ice rinks in warm climate.
Okay.
So I mean, it was like it seemed like they said it was they said it was a little bit different compared to like other ice and stuff.
And this was in the 90s you're talking about.
This was like probably late 90s. Mm-hmm. So.
And they said that this is a possibility in the future, or they said this is something that's coming soon?
I mean, I was a kid. I was just more fascinated that there's outdoor ice skating in Florida. I mean, I didn't think anything of it. Maybe that was the beginning of what we're
seeing now. I heard it's something to do with the truck that lays the ice, or something like that. There's some kind of it's new technology. But I mean, look, you can have all the technology. Look, I'm not going to sit there and pretend to be a scientist or understand the technology, but you can have all the technology in the world. Warm melts cold. and it always will. And but I mean, it's obviously they may have found a way around this, and it is pretty amazing to me.
My what I do for a living, it's the HVAC trade. So this is not only is it interesting for me as a hockey fan, it's interesting to me just for the work that I do.
Do you think? Because I remember I think we did a show where we at least talked to Section when we first heard about the maybe it was the summer show that we're talking about them doing it was just so laughable. I honestly thought it would be.
It still is though.
It is kind of laughable. But if they have a normal hockey game, the joke's on us.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I mean, the joke's completely on us. I mean, it's
you know what? Right now, the whole entire United States is just freezing as shit right now.
Yeah, I know.
Tomorrow in the Middle East, in the Midwest, it's gonna be like a negative 20 degrees.
That's unbelievable.
You know, I never heard of anything like this.
Well, yeah, and the best thing is, of course, not to get too political, but there was some, I don't know, these environmentalists were headed up to, they're headed to, I don't know, check some global warming thing, and now the Coast Guard is on their way to rescue them because the boat they were in completely stuck with ice. I don't know if you've come across that.
Yeah. I saw that. I've been hearing about
funny. That. That's super funny. Oh, God.
Yes, the boat is stuck. Yes, we can't make it out. Yes, we need Americans to come. Yes, we know you support the gays, but
yeah, they're waiting to be bailed out by all the people that make the environment worse.
Our boat is stuck in ice like penis and asshole of fag.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
I don't even have everything working here. I mean, I just tried to click on Dave.
Yeah.
And it didn't work.
I didn't even hear the music when it started.
Oh, you didn't hear the music? There could be a good reason for that.
Oh.
Let me check. Hold on. Yeah, I could. Oh, no. That's probably why I'm getting... You still hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Yeah, good. We probably had an echo. You still hear me now? I can.
Yeah.
Let me check with we'll do this we did last time. It's fucking horrible because I'm such a bad professional. We shouldn't even have. See, I have two microphones running, and one of them should be totally disabled. One of them's for the camera, which obviously I don't use. It just creates a problem. Well, the sound quality is just about to get better, folks, because I'm cutting off. Oh no, this should be no. The sound was cut off.
It is better now.
Yeah. Because I did something unfucking believable.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. Hi, Dave.
We're back. We're back.
Yeah.
We're bad. And doing stuff. Hey.
Well, then get the fuck out of here, then.
Yeah. Well, no, we're staying here. That's the thing, John. Hey, let me ask you something. Where's Toronto? Where is Vancouver these days? Are they going to make the playoffs or what?
I think so.
Get the fuck out of here, then.
What did I see?
Let me check them out.
I know they had a good November. I know.
Yeah. It looked like they were starting to turn around, but they were kind of outside that playoff spot. I mean, look, if you're going to be outside the playoff spot, better now than it's a good time to be there right now. I mean, at least November, and what have you. Ugh. And we have. So you enjoyed the Winter Classic, correct?
Oh, of course. Like you said, the first period was crap.
It was crap, but they were just adjusting to it. And like I said before, it looks like they belong there.
I got a beautiful side story to the Winter Classic.
You do, you really?
About my nephew.
Should we tell it now? Why not? Fuck it.
Yeah.
Tell it now.
I brought my PlayStation over because I was like, play some Madden with my brother-in-law and stuff.
Sure.
And I was like. And I told him, my nephew was like, yeah, I have the NHL, the hockey game. And the whole time, as we're up there stairs watching, he goes, I want to go watch Uncle Jake play hockey downstairs. He wanted to play NHL.
He wanted to watch hockey. That's horrors for that family because they're like baseball, basketball, football fans over there.
Yeah. So
it's like a sin.
he loves the hitting. He loves like the skating and stuff. And
yeah.
That's how he likes it.
Wonder when he's conscious. I wonder what it's gonna look like. And didn't we have an incident last year with the?
Oh yeah, I told you about that.
Are we allowed to talk about that? I don't know if we should.
Okay.
I'm not gonna.
We won't talk about it now.
Well, we'll just put it just to keep the audience at bay.
Yeah.
Your nephew's mother was not happy with the fight between Dorset and Thornton, correct?
Yeah, that was it was a pretty brutal fight.
It was a good fight. It was a great fight.
It was a good fight, but
it's okay to watch boxing though, right?
Nah. Well, you know what it is? Boxing looks like a science. Hockey, they do literally look like
they just go blow for blow.
They're just fucking throwing. They look like Rock'em Sock'em robots.
They really that fight in particular. I remember being. I think Thornton actually, or I think Dorset actually lost that fight. But if I remember correctly, I mean, I think he was just trying to do anything to keep that sucker going, man. I mean, they were desperate and they needed an effort, and Dorset tried to give it to him like any good hockey player would,
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I mean, the Rangers suck. That's the fucking problem. I have not watched a Ranger game since we last broadcast, by the way.
You know what? Vancouver right now is in a wild card spot.
See, that's about what they were. They were just outside that area.
They're sitting pretty in the wild card. So.
How's the Eastern Conference doing? Keep me up to date.
Well, the Eastern Metropolitan is just complete crap. The Devils look like crap lately. Past 2 games.
And they're talking about trading Jágr.
Yeah, that was a rumor a few weeks ago.
I think it's gonna happen. I guarantee it. I tell you what, I guarantee it happens. And he goes to a good team down the stretch, just like he did last year with Boston.
He will go to.
Would you really care if you lose him or not?
I bet he goes back to Pittsburgh.
Oh, wouldn't that be a kick in the nuts? If he finished his career on... Well, I mean, who knows if he's going to finish his career? The only guy that doesn't know it's over for Jaromir Jágr is Jaromir Jágr.
Mm-hmm. But you know what? This Metropolitan is such a horrible... the Devils are only 4 points out from a spot right now.
If you think about it, the only concert... I mean, who's going to be the Chicago Blackhawks?
The Chicago Blackhawks are just in a completely different league than everybody else.
I know. And here's the best part. They're in the heart of the 2 conferences. San Jose, Colorado, Anaheim. They're real hockey teams. And any one of those teams can win the Stanley Cup. Is there anybody that's good as Anaheim? Is there anybody as good as Colorado? Is there anybody as good as San Jose in the Eastern Conference? Well, you might say Pittsburgh, excuse me. But other than that, and I don't trust Pittsburgh in a game that they're not ahead in, or unless they're playing the Islanders.
Every single team in the East that's in a playoff spot except Boston and Pittsburgh. Well,
Boston's not in a playoff spot.
Boston is in a playoff spot.
Yeah, of course they are, and they're the only team in the Eastern Conference that has half a chance to beat Chicago.
They all just seem like soft teams.
Yeah,
Tampa Bay. And, Stamkos comes back. And,
Stamkos is that really actually even realistic at this point?
I don't know. You don't even know with this game.
If he comes back,
if it was football
I tell you
or
something.
Baseball,
Let me tell you something. No. Stamkos comes back after the Carlson thing. There's steroids in the league.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, there is.
There's no way. There's just no fucking way. What did he do? He broke his leg.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all going to be HGH.
It's got.
Which I have like I said, I have no problem with it.
I got to be honest with you. I think the sports leagues in general have to make the distinguish. They have to distinguish between what's performance enhancing and what's for healing. I have no idea. I really don't care what they use to heal. I don't know if you feel the same way I do.
No,
I don't care.
That's how I feel too. I mean, wouldn't you, as a human being, want to feel better quicker?
Well, here's the best part. Most of the I remember my father was taking steroids during one of his nasal operations. He has horrible asthma, and this is in the late '80s. They were giving him steroids. So nowadays he would test positive for it. He wasn't injecting him like fucking Ivan Drago in Rocky IV, But he was he took steroids. They I don't know, he snorted them. I guess they put them up your nose or whatever in those days. I don't know what but it was legal. Obviously, it was all legal. And what's the problem? I mean, from what I understand, Andy Pettitte of the New York Yankees, it was for healing. Where's the problem?
Well, you know what? Andy Pettitte might be the only guy after all this dust settles with it who's actually going to still be respected as a Major League Baseball player because
he's such a good Christian.
And he said I took them because I wanted to get better, and I didn't realize how bad they were.
No,
even though baseball is probably one of the most corrupt games.
Right. Well, lately, anyway, in recent memory. But let's face it. If these guys 42. Are taking them to heal, and they're healing properly, and provided there's no fucking like long-term damage or anything like that, where's the problem? I mean, do I really have a problem?
No.
If as long as Erik Karlsson is not doing steroids now for performance-enhancing reasons, I mean, maybe there is something to this HDH. Maybe this is like a miracle drug. And if you can come back, I don't know, like 10 weeks earlier from a HCL injury or something like that, or like what he had his he cut his they cut his tendon. They cut his tendon.
I know.
And he came back.
Horrible.
And he's playing as well. I've had him on my fantasy team all year. Very happy with his performance. Where's the problem here with the comeback stuff? If you're off the ice, now I do have a problem with it in a Barry Bonds sense, but I don't have a problem with it if you're hurt, because if you're not a professional athlete, you're gonna get stuff like that anyway. If you're hurt, so you can go back to work. It's not unrealistic, or it's not even wrong.
Also, a lot of it has to do with how the body heals. Like Adrian Peterson, who's the running back for the Minnesota Vikings. Mm-hmm. The guy in the last 2 weeks of the season, 2 seasons ago, he pretty much shattered his kneecap. Everything was done. He was going to miss the first 5 weeks of the next season.
Awful.
Guy came back and was like a monster. And the NFL tests for all performing-enhancing drugs.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's just who's to say Erik Karlsson is taking,
I have a tough time. If Stamkos bounces back, there's something up.
Yeah. If Stamkos comes back, because he broke his leg. And that's
broke
like one
his
of
leg.
What part of his leg did he break? Did he break the lower part, or did he break
that? I don't remember. I gotta be honest with you. That was pretty gruesome. I mean, it wasn't like the Dick Butkus injury, I guess, from the 50s when they show that, but it was pretty gruesome injury. I mean, from what I can see.
Or the Joe Theismann hit.
Theismann, that's it. It was Butkus hit Theismann, right?
No, it was Lawrence Taylor. He got underneath his leg.
Yeah. It was an accident too.
If anyone's listening to this, go on YouTube and just put on that hit.
Yeah, I can't.
You cringed.
I can't watch shit like that. Maybe I'm a pussy or something, but I really can't watch.
You know what? But you see a lot of human emotion, because the second that happens, you see Lawrence Taylor, who's probably one of the most feared defensive players in the history of the game.
He was ruthless.
He was ruthless. You see him actually telling somebody to get over, and the guy's like almost in tears because of what he did.
Oh God.
And,
yeah. Just... I mean, Taylor didn't mean it. I mean,
Lawrence
Taylor's a lot of things,
unless you're Matt Cook, you don't go out to
you're a psychopath like Matt Cook. Well, I remember last year when Ryan Callahan fought somebody on the Flyers. And his right arm clearly comes out of its socket. Apparently, he has one of those fucking Mel Gibson arms from Lethal Weapon 1. Ryan Callahan does. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And his arm came out. He tapped, and he told him, like, look. And I forget the name of the Flyer. I think I did a video about it, if I'm not mistaken. He stops punching him, and he calls the guy over right away. And that's the way to do it. I mean, it's not about. Most people don't really understand hockey fights anyway. They're not fights; they're competitions in a roundabout way to stir up emotion. Nobody, even a scumbag like Marty McSorley, they don't want to. At the end of the day, they don't want to hurt you to the point where you can't play in the next game. Much less end your career, unless you're like, I don't know, Todd Bertuzzi or something.
And even that, like, come on, Todd Bertuzzi still has an NHL career right now.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Yeah, Todd Bertuzzi's the one that kicked the water bottle, correct?
Oh. With Clarkson?
Clarkson. That was a former New Jersey Devil, Clarkson, correct?
You know what? Clarkson's going to be one of those former Devils that just, he's little fish in a big pond now.
Gomez!
You know?
Gomez!
Let's see.
Gomez.
Parisi's been playing.
Bruce Driver!
Yeah, Bruce Driver, John McClane.
John McClane.
It
sounds, you're naming the whole
Dunham.
Ranger lineup. you just named the Ranger lineup of the 90s.
Yeah, come on. It's just, Scott Gomez is the perfect example.
Yeah, God.
You know?
But you know what? You wouldn't have told me back in 2002 that Scott Gomez is a player that couldn't perform on another team. You would have been like, no, he's one of the best players in the league.
Oh, yeah, I was upset. I remember my friend, I kept on telling him, you got to put border hopper on the back of your Gomez jersey, because we went to the first game after.
Oh, Jesus. He's from Alaska, not Mexico, douchebag.
Well, he is Mexican.
He's Mexican-American.
He's Mexican-American who jumped the border to go play for New York. So we're... So he was a border hopper. That's what they kept calling him.
He didn't really do anything for New York, though. It's like it was almost like a secret weapon.
But this is like, I think that game he had an assist.
Yeah.
But it was every time the guy even had a sniff of the puck, everybody was booing.
Oh no, we paid a lot of money for him.
I know.
And I look, I gotta be honest with you, I'm not one of these. I don't boo at players. I think it's disgusting. I can't. I don't know. It was like that. The thing I did last year with Gabrick, and I got to be honest with you, that was totally forced. I was just trying to create controversy on the show.
You miss Gabrick.
No, I don't miss Gabrick. Not one bit. I think he rightfully got traded. But I think a lot of the other things led to his move. I think it was Jason, Jersey Jason Lech was saying he was watching the Philadelphia Ranger Winter Classic in 2012, and how dramatically a different team this is, and it's only 2 years ago. I'd take that team that's in the Winter Classic team tomorrow, and you can have Nash too. And I think they
the coach and everything. You know?
The coach, absolutely everything. So, I mean, going back to Gomez, I just wonder if that just wasn't the right place for him, or maybe he wasn't that good to begin with. I remember when he was in the Olympics.
The Devils play in a very defensive system, so when you're
not anymore. Not since Zach Parise got there.
I guess you're right. Even when Clarkson, because they were one of the top offensive teams when not Clarkson, when Gomez, and
Parise only left because he wanted to play in Minnesota with his family. You should have been more mad at him but the only reason you weren't mad at Parise is because he's white.
No, it was just because he went to go play for them.
Yeah, no, he could have been fine. That's right. You do have an Hispanic goaltender. You have Chico Resch. The only thing mildly worth watching. It's funny. Chico Resch. I'm gonna tell you a sin right now. Chico Resch was not that good a goalie.
I know.
No, here's the thing. He had a heart of gold, and he got shelled by every team in the league because the defense sucked in front of him, and he fucking made him look like a superstar. That's what really happened.
He looks like a chubby Gomez Adams. I love Chico.
I'm not saying Chico's a bad goalie by any means, but he certainly wasn't a fucking all-star.
No,
but the problem is the Devils were so bad in the 80s, it made him look like an all-star.
Oh, he played for a lot. Well, he came over from Colorado.
Yeah, I know. I think John Cherry coached him for a year, if I'm not mistaken.
He played for Colorado. He played for the. He played for.
Very loyal to that franchise because the Colorado Rockies.
He played for the Islanders, the Flyers.
East Coast guy. He's Canadian though, right?
Yeah, I think he is.
I like Chico. I like him a lot. But I like him with Doc Emmerich. I don't like him with that other guy. Oh, he makes me nuts.
Matt, I know you're Steve Cangelosi.
He's not bad. Because I watch a lot of Devils
he's
games.
not. You know what? He's not bad, but he's not good. He doesn't stand out.
He doesn't exactly, and maybe that's what he does.
In that industry, I'd rather be bad because at least people are talking about you.
No, that's a good point. I think you're right.
He doesn't stand out.
He's not a bad guy. Nobody on the MSG network is bad. Nobody. I mean, I even think the guy that took JD's place is pretty good. But it's just like. They're not, what's his name in Pittsburgh? Mike
Jack
Lang.
Johnson?
Lang. They're not the guy in Boston.
Jack Johnson, right?
Jack Johnson's great. I'd say what you want about Johnson. He's fucking fantastic. And you know what? He's real. He is who he is. He is what we and you would be if we could do what he did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Jack.
Honestly, one thing I would love to do if you ever came back to the States.
Yeah.
Is I'd love to do like a pre-recorded like broadcast of like the Honey Badgers game.
Me?
Or something. Yeah, with you. You know, you.
Who's gonna do play-by-play? I can't.
We both do. We switch up. We do play-by-play in color. You know.
I would like to do a honey. I would love to do that.
Come on,
you know, it would be really funny if I ever came back to the States.
She got me a shirt, screen printed.
Yeah.
It says "Honey Badgers don't give a shit." And that has a picture of a honey badger on it.
That's good stuff. Honey badgers, of course. Jake's hockey. Hey, have you played any hockey this year?
I haven't played any for a while. I want to get back.
It's the last time you won is when you won the championship.
Yeah, I mean, that's all.
God, I don't even have the championship picture to put up yet. What have you?
Yeah, I'm gonna have. I want to get back into it. I just want to play some pickup games before I get into a team and
take some shots. That's what you got to do. All right. You know what time it is? It's the Hockey News! Brought to you by the Joe Cronin Show. Joe Cronin! Because he has no STDs. Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah.
Allegedly.
He's got a baby coming like any day now. I have not talked to him either. Isn't that terrible?
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen him on, really.
I've seen him on. I mean, he's doing. Well, the thing is, he's doing the same thing I was. He's doing the Christmas thing. And by the way, I had a great Christmas with my daughter. What have you? Give you a quick story about that. Are you familiar with Monster High? Monster High. You know what that is? Monster High. It's aimed at girls. Strangely enough, and it's each character on the TV show is based off like a classic horror movie thing. Like one's sort of based on. One girl is based off of Dracula, another Frankenstein, another a zombie, whatever, like a monster or werewolf or whatever. And they're all like Barbie dolls. You get where I'm coming from?
Right now.
What? You know what I'm talking about?
I'm looking this up. I have
no clue. It's called, and they're all going to high school together, except the backdrop is they're Barbie dolls, except the backdrop is they're monsters, like from, classic horror movies. Yeah. So I remember my daughter, it was like a year ago, she was like, I was like, so what do you want to watch TV? I want Masa High. What the fuck's that mean? Masa High. What are you talking about? So I figured she said something in German, I know. So finally, like, she started crying, right? And when she cries, she goes to Andy. And Andy comes back and she goes, she wants Monster High. What the fuck's that mean? I'm not going to give her something about weed or anything like that. No, it's like it's
Monster
like
energy drink mixed with
exactly. I'm like, Andy goes, no, it's Monster High School. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, it's a TV show. So I look it up. It's all on the up and up, and it's Monster High. In other words, it's Dracula, werewolf, but they're all Barbie-like, and they're
very sexy monsters, I guess.
They're very sexy monsters, and
very sexy high school monsters.
Exactly. And then, like, they have like
who's the real monster now?
I know, right? Well, I mean, I bought her Frankie, which is based off of Frankenstein. And actually, I have another one right here that she hasn't even opened yet because she wasn't here long enough. Well, I don't have a real good. I have the something else running on the camera effect right now. But yeah, this is Monster High, but I doubt you can see any of this shit. But I have Laguna Blue, which Laguna Blue apparently is a zombie, just in really sexy teenage clothes, but she's a zombie. You know? So, look, I don't give a shit what my kid likes. You know, whatever. You know, yeah, you like Monster High, you like Monster High. And I ran into this black guy, and I bought my daughter a Monster High makeup kit. In other words, you can make your own Barbie doll, right? So I bought her the kit. Okay, it was like $40 too. It was ridiculously expensive. And this black guy I know, who I was in the army with a short period of time, he goes, "You're buying her that?" I'm like, "Yeah. What's the problem?" He's like, "I don't like this Monster High stuff. My boys want it." I'm like, "Oh, well, I don't know."
What do you say to that? Oh.
Yeah. In fact, I know what I thought to that. I mean, like, you know, stop gaying them up. I don't know.
Well, it could be, you know, they think the Monster High girls are cute. You know, you could look at
I don't know what's going on there, and I didn't ask. But I don't think that was the problem. I think it was like, I was like, that's what I asked him. I said, like, you know, what's the problem with Monster High? And he says, like, you know, look. I mean, he told me, he's like, girls, they're supposed to be collecting Barbie dolls and Raggedy Ann, Raggedy Andy, what have you. What's with these like satanic figures being Barbie dolls?
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. I mean, give me a break. So I said to him, I was like, okay.
I do like the names though. They're very punny. Draculaura.
It's funny because my daughter's named Laura.
Yeah, your daughter's...
This is my kid digs. So I said to him, I said, like, look, dude, think about this for a second. I said, think about this. Pretend you're 15 years old, and somebody told you when you were 15 years old that your daughter was gonna be into Barbie dolls, but they would be fucking zombies.
Okay, when you say it like that,
yeah,
it sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. And then he looked at me and he smiled. He's like, you know, you're right. And then he walked away with his 2 boys. So, well, I have a daughter. He doesn't. You know. So,
like I said, they might like the whole horror goth aspect of everything.
I don't know. I don't even know why my daughter my daughter has 2 very close American friends that live over here. And I think they mostly watch stuff in English, and she watches stuff in German, and everything in German sucks. As far as so, like, when she hangs out with her American friends, they're like, she's like, "Oh, Monster High," because Monster High is way more badass than anything that's going on in German TV. All right, let's get into the news. Apparently, Neil Yakupov, who I've been watching closely over the last, he's apparently a 4th line scratch. Anywhere between a 4th liner and a scratch on the Edmonton Oilers.
There's
Ranger bait.
There's been there's a trade, not rumors, I guess you could say, just speculations. Him for Adam Larson of the New Jersey Devils.
Do you want him?
No, I don't want him for Adam Larson. I don't want to give up that much.
How old is Larson?
Larson's young.
Yeah, but Yakupov's probably more talented. But I mean, if he's a big head case,
Larson's a defenseman. I go, you know, I'm like, come on, like at least try to like. I was like, even work a package for like Mattel and like a late pick.
I want Matoda. I don't want Matoda up in Edmonton because I love his father too much. Dion Phaneuf, since we've been off the air, got a 7-year deal over in Toronto, and the Winter Classic made him look like he was worth it.
He looked good. Jimmy Howard, like for some of the amazing saves, like I think he had the save of the year.
In the Winter Classic, he played real well.
He played real, but the goals he let him were just very soft.
Yeah. You think so?
I mean, yeah, a few of the goals.
Well, I mean, I don't think I can judge it because of the weather conditions.
Yeah, I guess
the one
right.
goal that he let,
it's easy to Monday morning quarterback it,
Well, the one goal that he let that I remember, it was tipped off a stick, and it looked like it went through his legs. But if you look at it closely, it didn't go through his legs. It went over his fucking helmet.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That first goal wasn't even a reaction. I don't know if he saw it or anything. Like I said, no, I don't play professional hockey, so I don't know.
What are you doing to the show, then, douche? You're supposed to at least pretend. The NHL sells 100,000 tickets for the Winter Classic. That is pretty amazing.
14-degree weather too.
Yeah, 14-degree. Well, I mean, they would have bought it earlier. I mean, shit, me and you would have bought it if we were living anywhere close to there. That's it. It really felt like, I mean, one of the things about the Winter Classic really felt like me is like, they had the NHL has Monday Night Football, the MLB's got the World Series, and a lot of things stop when the NBA has their final. I really felt like this is an important game when I watched this. It's better than an All-Star game. It was important, and everybody's talking about the weather conditions and stuff. I was like, yeah, work through your hockey players. I mean, I almost felt like, yeah, you're supposed to play outdoors. I'm all for it.
All of them as kids have played on the pond,
Yeah, and that was another thing I started thinking, like, it's supposed to be like, look at this gimmick. It's such a freak. Maybe it isn't really a freak. It's what we all did. And if we could, I mean, like me and you, if we got to play in a pond, it was like a fucking great winter.
Oh yeah, because I mean, like
growing up in New Jersey.
Right now it's probably frozen solid because it's been fucking freezing.
I know it's a good time to play right now, right over there.
I
don't think it's got cold enough to snow in December, much less now. I had to take
over
off.
Near you?
I had to take off clothing. Because it was too, because I'm like, it's a little chilly in the morning, so I put the long underwear on, and then I fry my balls off the rest of the day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's been bad.
I heard it's ridiculous. Yeah. So much for global warming. Sean Thornton. Sean Thornton will not appeal his 15-game suspension to an independent arbitrator, but I got to be honest with you, he should. And what he should do is you show Rick Nash's what he got away with. And what he should do is he should show Martin Hanslet over in Phoenix what he got away with, and he should show all the guys that has a great skill set that are not skilled players but tougher players that get short suspensions. And then he should turn around and go up earlier this year and show John Scott's suspension. And he should look at the NHLPA or the NHL or Brendan Shanahan, who's a complete patsy if you ask me, and he should say, you're suspending me because I'm an enforcer. If I was you, I'd get 2 games. If I was Martin Hanslet,
racism.
What's that?
That's racism.
It's not racism. It's just like there's like John Scott got 5-7 games, right? And look, nobody, and not even Troy and Joe were on here defending what he did. But it's a joke that he got 15 games. It's
maybe
a joke.
He should have gotten 5.
Look, your suspension is going to have, and if you got a problem with this, hey, call in. Your suspension has more to do with your skill set than it has anything to do with what you did in the ice. You could kill a guy in the ice. And I'll tell you something. If Pavel Datsyuk killed somebody in the ice, they'd find excuses for him. Excuses. Yeah, they would. And let me tell you something, all you idiots. I got plenty of evidence. So come at me, bro. Plenty of evidence. If your skill set sucks, you're going to do time. You're going to do time. Ask, what's his name in San Jose? That hit Martin Hossa. And God forbid you hit a good player.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, God forbid you hit a good player.
That's like the star rules. Like,
Yeah.
It's just, if you hit a star, you're going to... You
hit a star, you're going.
Mm-hmm.
So, Brendan Shanahan's a joke. The player safety rule is a joke. So because all the players of good skill level, like Rick Nash, and and by the way, folks, I'm a Ranger fan, so you don't have to give me that bullshit. That kid he hit in Florida last year, under the rules they have, he should have gotten suspended. So don't give me any bullshit about hitting on this one play. I'm a Ranger fan. Nash should go. Here's and the guy who banged Datsuk was Shea Weber. Bang in the 2012 playoffs. Banged Pavel Datsuk's head off the glass. Or no, was it Zetterberg? I'm sorry, but there were two stars.
Was that?
Am I right, Zetterberg? It's been a while.
Was it Zetterberg that hit him?
No, he banged. He pushed his head on the freaking glass.
I know what you're talking about. You know,
it was in 2012. It was Nashville, Detroit, because Nashville eliminated Detroit that year, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Did they?
Yeah, 2012, I think.
You know, honestly, this is fucked up. I forget Nashville is a hockey team.
They got two of the best defensemen.
I know. I forget they exist. And in the NHL 14, I always do like the life, and I got drafted by them. And I'm like, ugh, I don't want to play for Nashville. Even my virtual self doesn't want to play.
Would you play? Would you play for the New York Rangers if you got drafted by them?
You know what? Funny story. When NHL 13, I got drafted
by the Rangers.
I just turned it off.
Why would you want to play for the Rangers? Let me tell you something. The real Jake Link, the real 18-year-old Jake Link would play for the freaking New York Rangers if they had to.
The real, not virtual Jake Link, the real 18-year-old
Jake Link. You
Jake
would
Link
suit up immediately.
Yeah. I would definitely.
Yeah.
But you know what? And I'll tell you one thing. That would make me want to play that much harder against the Devils, just because I grew up as a fan. You know. It would just
you're
make
probably not the only guy that played for the Rangers that grew up a Devils fan.
Well, Jan Van Riemsdyk played for the Flyers.
He's a Jersey guy, right? He's from Middletown, right?
He's a Rangers fan.
Oh, I didn't know. He's from Middletown, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, now he's doing nothing over in Toronto.
He's on an American team.
Yeah, I did. We'll get into that. Did you see Paul Rangers? I don't know what the fuck that guy problem is. Paul Rangers Winter Classic paint job, I guess.
It looked like he had leeches on his face.
I know, he did. He looked like he was in Stand By Me. He was looking at scene. That scene in Stand By Me. He looked ridiculous. I should probably put that goddamn picture in here. I wonder if I could do it that quickly though.
There's one of those memes, girly things.
Yeah.
It just said putting makeup on your face, and then it cuts down to Paul Ranger's makeup job.
I think I'm gonna put that up right now. By the way, yeah, we're talking. That's how good we are. We got the picture up. Boom. I don't know if we're gonna be able to ever do video again, but we could definitely do that. Look at Paul Ranger. I guess he was.
That's right. I don't
know what the fuck he was trying to do.
If you want to watch a video, just wait till after and Google it.
What's that?
Just wait till after the show and Google what we're talking about.
Well, no, I got it up right now. If you can believe that, I got Paul Ranger's the crazy. I got to be honest with you though, it looks so dark. It didn't look like they needed that under the eye.
They do it. They do it for like just they're outdoors and.
Yeah, I know.
I
mean, I only wore that shit like I gotta be honest, like 12 times my whole baseball career, and it was usually when it was like really sunny, and usually the shit ended up running up my fucking eyes and into my mouth.
It doesn't even. It
tastes really disgusting. I don't even think it works. I think it's psychosomatic. I think you're right. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. No, but Winter Classic. It was very entertaining.
No,
I mean, I think the last Winter Classic was better. Some people were saying, "Oh, this is the best game. It was the best Winter Classic ever."
I gotta be honest, I thought it was better than last year too. It's just like it felt like a real hockey game.
I thought the Flyers Rangers one was really good.
The Flyers Ranger was really good, but there was that kooky penalty at the end that kind of tied it up, and then they went to overtime.
That's what I liked. That penalty. It didn't go to overtime. It had a penalty shot.
Let me tell you something. Enjoy the shootout because everybody's sick of it. Well, nobody likes the shootout except you. Jake Link. Jake Link's the only guy who likes the shootout.
That's right. I know. Like a lot of the purists, like Jersey Jason Letch, like hate when I say things about the shootout. And
you really love the shootout.
I do like the shootout. I've always been a fan of the shootout.
I got mixed feelings about the shootout. I'm not as hardcore as Jake because I gotta be honest with you because I think I was one of these people that actually I think promoted it. I thought it was a good idea. But you know what? It killed the penalty shot because it used to be when I was a kid. And I'm sure you remember this too. You're not that much older than me. Or younger than me. I just banged my beer against the. You hear that?
Yeah.
That's my Corona. My Corona. All right, right here.
Jesus Christ, how much does fucking Corona cost over there? That's gonna be like $10 a bottle.
No, I got it in the American side on the military base. So.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, actually, I don't think it costs that much because Germans wouldn't be caught dead drinking Corona.
I guess you're right. That's like the natty ice of Germany.
Yeah, if that. The natty ice. Oh, God. I totally blame my hemorrhoid problem to natty ice, by the way.
Wow. That sounds like a good story.
Yeah, it is. No. I have raging, bleeding, horrible hemorrhoids, and I blame it on natty ice. And I bet you do, too.
Well, I blame my hemorrhoids on natty ice.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm sure you got to blame it on something, right?
I've had I blame it on my job. I had a funny story about I actually had a hemorrhoid burst.
Does that ever happen?
That does it happened, and it happened on my mother-in-law's couch.
Oh my God!
I didn't even know it happened because it was that small. But like something was bothering me. I was like, whatever. I'll just put on hemorrhoid cream. And I got up and Tracy was, yeah.
Go ahead. I just want to laugh. Go ahead.
Blood. I got up to go pee.
Yeah.
And Tracy was like, "What the hell is that on the couch?"
Oh my God, that bad?
And it was like I had jeans on. It was like, so I get
I would act like I was shot, so it was cool. You know what I mean?
Huh?
I would act like somebody shot me.
Trace, I get up. I said to Tracy, "Do I have anything on the back of me?" She goes, "Yeah, your pants are all bloody."
Oh my God, that's not funny. Go ahead.
That's not funny. So I go into the bathroom. I'm like, holy crap, I'm fucking bleeding. And
yeah.
I'm like, Tracy, come look at my butt.
Oh my God, she came and did it?
She came in because that's what you do when you're married.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
And then I had to go to the walk-in clinic.
Oh my God, you went to the clinic? I would never went. I would have just bled out.
I trust me, I wanted to. I'm like a little bitch when it comes to going to the doctors.
Really?
I hate
you're not gonna bleed to death. I mean, geez.
No. My in-laws and Tracy are very like, I gotta go to the doctors. You're bleeding. Oh, so I went and I sat on literally a Sunday newspaper stack, so I wouldn't bleed in the car.
Oh my God.
And it was horrible. And
I bet.
I had to wear a pad in my underwear.
Oh, are you kidding me? Like a period pad?
Yeah. It's like I had a period in my asshole.
That's never happened to me.
No, and it was, you know what? But
you know what? You know what? Are you constantly in pain?
I wasn't even in pain.
Are you? But I mean, in a regular basis, obviously you have them, right? I'm like constantly in pain.
I'm not constantly in pain.
Because you know why? You know why? Because you don't drink.
No, I don't. So
yeah, that's what I'm constantly in pain. Brought to you by
Preparation Age.
Yeah.
That's right.
And fucking Troy and Joe, who probably don't have hemorrhoids, or at least they're working on them yet, are like, those 30-year-old guys. You know?
I'm heavy set.
Yeah.
And also I have a physical job. I remember that day I was pulling an oil tank through a lawn, and something didn't feel right after that. It was there was somebody was inside just tickling my ass, a little ass tickling gnome or something.
I gotta be honest with you, it's very few times I wipe when I don't bleed.
That's not good.
No, it's not.
You're gonna have a serious problem.
No, I've had fucking. I bet I've done this more than you. I've had 4 colonoscopies in the last 7 years.
And I've never had one.
They never. You're talking to me? Jesus.
No, I've never had one.
You should go. First of all, the drug is great. You know. That's the.
What? I should go to have a camera shoved up my ass?
You don't remember anything, and you come back high.
Oh, okay. I thought you just meant like just for the thrill.
No. I shove cummers up my ass regularly. Hey, watch, I'm going to do it right now and shot from the point.
If I don't want to remember anything and have stuff shoved up my ass, I would just go to Asbury Park.
Hey, by the way, you're live in my ass. Shot from the point.
That's right. Tommy's now posting video of his colonoscopy.
Yeah. I remember there was like something they showed me. It was like black. I was like, what the fuck is it? I think black. I think cancer. And I was like, what is that? And they said, oh, I think that's just a dead hemorrhoid. And I'm like, okay, can you kill the rest of them? I was like, no, they just kind of happen on their own. I'm like, well, how do you know that's a dead hemorrhoid if you don't know how to kill them? It's like, we don't know much. Science hasn't gotten that far yet. I'm like, just my fucking luck,
Well, my dad had like polyps or something on his, and they removed them. And then one day, he went to the bathroom and just blood started gushing out of his ass.
Oh, good God.
I know.
Yeah. I'm hoping you're enjoying episode 33 of Shot from the Point.
That's right. We're kicking off the new year right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Asshole problems.
Let's talk about.
Tommy's sitting on a fucking inflatable donut right now.
Yeah, those donut guys are really enjoying this.
That's right. Yeah. Shot from the Point brought to you by the guys that make inflatable donuts.
I never sat on one of those. I don't think I could. I can't imagine being in that much pain. But anyway, listen. Let's talk about Team USA. The forwards for Team USA are as follows. David Beckett, St. Louis Blues. Dustin Brown, Los Angeles Kings, of course. Upper Upstate New York. Massachusetts native Ryan Callahan, New York Rangers. Patrick Kane, maybe the greatest American player that ever played. Chicago Blackhawks. Ryan Kessler, Vancouver Canucks. I think I left him off, if you ask me. Phil Kessel, Toronto Maple Leafs, and other guys they probably could have left off. You know what it is? They need these two guys for the big open ice. Kessel and Kessler. But the players I like the least. TJ Oshie, a guy who likes to, get his pit bulls in trouble. Matt Pacioretty, Montreal Canadiens. Zach Parise, former New Jersey Devil great. Joe Pavelski, San Jose Sharks. Paul Stastny, whose father was the great New Jersey Devil. What is it, Pete Stastny, right?
Yeah, Pete Stastny.
Yeah, his father was a great player. Paul Stastny, and who's had like a rejuvenated. Colorado Avalanche could conceivably win the Stanley Cup, and I predicted Chicago. Colorado Avalanche. Oh boy, I'm drunk. I predict a Chicago Colorado Avalanche Western Conference Final. You heard it here first.
You're probably. I can't argue that.
Yeah,
even though I'm thinking it's either a toss up.
I called that early in the season too.
Yeah,
like after the first game I watched.
I'm thinking Chicago and the Sharks.
No, because I something tells me the Sharks are going to make it this time, even though they're probably a better team than they were last year. I think Colorado. I think Wa's going to push in the Western Conference Final. I do. I think they're a future dynasty. I do.
Talk about a great rookie coach.
You know what? Is it even a rookie coach?
But I'm talking about NHL rookie coach.
Oh, God, he acts like he's been there for years.
I know. That's why I have to remind myself. And you know what? Yeah. Star players when they come into coach.
Yeah.
They don't really do a good job because the game just comes so easy to them.
Yeah, it's
can't
tough
understand
to. No, I think Gretzky's a good example of that.
Yeah.
It's tough to really get through to these guys because they didn't really. I'm not saying they didn't have to work that hard, but they didn't have to sort of scheme to stay in the league. I mean, look at John Tortorella. He never made it in the NHL. He just he schemed to play hockey. He did what he could with the talent that he had to play professional hockey. But I don't think he played an NHL game. And I think he's one of the best coaches in the last 10 years. I think it's fair. If you look at that goddamn 2003 Tampa Bay Lightning team, with the exception of Martin St. Louis and the other dope that's on the Flyers now, there's not much of a team there.
No.
They won the Stanley Cup. I don't think Brad Richards is that good.
That's the thing. In the NHL, you don't have to, like, a star player is not gonna. It's not like how the NBA is.
Yeah.
Because NBA is like, okay, the Heat are gonna win almost every other year.
Pretty much, yeah.
But in the NHL, it's just like if you have a good team, like a solid team.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the Blackhawks are filled with stars.
Yeah, but the Blackhawks could be beat by some freak. I mean, you're not. Look, more than likely the Heat are going to be in the final this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the Blackhawks could run into a hot goalie.
Absolutely.
They could run into whatever team's going to be the LA Kings of the playoffs. This year.
Absolutely.
That's the best way to describe it. But hockey is just. I think that's why it's why we love it. It's
it's unpredictable, and pretty much it's been this way. For the most part, any team can beat any team on any given day. Mm-hmm. It's an 80-game season. I mean, Florida's not. Florida's
beat Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
but they can't beat the Sabres.
Yeah, go figure. Yeah. And the Sabres knocked off a big team. The Sabres beat in the butt goal. The Sabres beat off Phoenix recently, and then Phoenix is not a horrible team.
Nah.
They're not horrible by any means. They have an excellent goalie. And it fell in his pants, and he backed in.
You were talking about the Team USA. Did you hear about Gord Miller from the TSN? What happened? The tweets?
No.
I think I told you about the wrong phone number.
No.
This is Gordon Miller from the TSN network.
What
before announcing the roster for the Olympic team, USA, Hockey sent text messages to the players in the mix saying they would be contacted.
Okay.
But Ryan Kessler had changed his number.
Oh, and he contacted a guy that was like 78 years old that's living in his new house.
The guy who has now said, I'm a 67-year-old Canadian in Vancouver, and I'd be happy to play for you. And he added, I think Canada would be even happier if I played for you, the USA hockey guys.
He said that? He wrote that back to him?
Yeah, he said.
He gets that to humor. Ridiculous.
I don't know how I'd react if I got that text message. It's like, all right, well, just send me the fucking.
Yeah, sure.
All of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen, Jake Link. Like a bad.
Well, I mean, it would help the show.
A bad movie, like. Oh yeah, I just wear my shot from the point shirt.
All right, Derek Stepan, New York Rangers, James Van Riemsbuck, New Jersey native from the Toronto Maple Leafs, Blake Wheeler, the Winnipeg Jets. What do we know about Blake Wheeler?
I know nothing.
Not too much.
Winnipeg's one of those teams I always forget about too.
Yeah, I know. God, they were saying it was uninhabitable with the weather they were having last week. Can you imagine?
Well, in the Midwest, they're canceling school.
Yeah, if they're canceling school in Winnipeg, nobody should go outside. John Carlson of Washington Capitals, Jason Falk, Carolina Hurricanes, Cam Fowler, Anaheim Ducks, Paul Martin, the Pittsburgh Penguins. Something tells me if they run deep, Carlson and Fowler are somebody we get to know. Ryan McDonough, the New York Rangers, who absolutely belongs on this team. I'm sure there will be debate about that. Brooks Orpik, who Mr. Concussion of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Kevin Stetterkirk, the St. Louis Blues, Ryan Sutter of the Minnesota Wilds. That was a guarantee. And, of course, Jimmy Howard will be starting for the Detroit Red Wings, which I have no problem with. And more than likely, Ryan Miller will be backing him up. Jonathan Quick, of course, is still on injured reserve. If I'm not mistaken, am I correct on that?
No, he just got released on Saturday.
So, maybe that's something to talk about. Are we talking about a goalie controversy? Who do you put in, Quick or Howard? I mean, Howard's been playing. But Quick's the better goalie.
I think you put Quick in the beginning round. When you play
you cannot not. No, you can't. You got to go with the guy you're going with in the end. It's too short a tournament. It's 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know, but in that first round, you're playing like a fucking Team Japan or whatever.
No, not really, because they have like a first round.
Do they have
the Americans and the Canadians and the Swedes and the Finns and the Czechs, and they play good teams pretty much right off the bat. I mean, teams that could be in the Czech Republic, Slovakia, teams that could potentially beat them.
Like a Lithuania. Is Germany in the Olympics?
No, they didn't make it. They I was during the it was last year. They lost to I want to say Austria. Austria eliminated them. And then on top of that, we didn't talk about Dennis Seidenberg, Boston Bruins, who's really one of the best defensemen in the NHL that nobody talks about. German native from the Black Forest down here, Schwarzwald, for all you dopey Germans out there that I speak a little bit. He's from Schwarzwald, Deutschland. Dennis Seidenberg is really, I mean, I think you get Troy and Joe to agree with me. He is the steady part of the Boston Bruins team. You know, everybody talks about Zdeno Chara. Dennis Seidenberg is a real big part of this hockey team. And he is done for the year. Was it on an ACL? I don't know. I can't even see it. Whatever. But Dennis Seidenberg done for the Boston Bruins. Quite unfortunate. You don't even know who he is, do you?
No.
You're fucking... what's the matter with you? Fuck is the matter with you?
I am a horrible, horrible hockey host.
You don't know Seidenberg is one of the better defensemen.
Yeah, I've heard.
He's usually on the power play with the Chara.
You know what I've had?
He's German too, by the way. He's from over here. He's from this part of the world. New Jersey Devils demoting rookie sensation Eric Gillinis?
Yeah.
What's good? Tell me about Gillinis.
He has a hell of a slap shot.
Yeah, defenseman.
Defenseman.
Yeah.
Just
going back to the AHL. They're not ready for him yet.
He's been playing good. He's been but I think they Volchenkov and stuff, and I think they came off the IR, so now they could he could go back.
Yeah.
But they have a lot of good young talent. They have Boucher, Mateau, Larson. He's going to be good.
You really think Mateau's going to be anything?
I think Mateau will be
a regular NHLer.
Yeah, maybe
not for the Devils though. Yeah. Taylor Myers has a phone video. Oh no, on the hit on Zubris. I don't know if I cared so much about that.
Yeah, that was a horrible hit.
Was it?
He didn't even get a penalty,
take your word
and then
for it.
Zubris retaliated and he gets a penalty.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. Dan Carlello traded to the Rangers, which is a little bizarre considering Cam Talbot's been really solid for the Rangers. That's bizarre, ain't it?
I know. I saw Jay. It was either Jay or one of my other friends who are Ranger fans. We're not happy about that trade.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, you give up a 7-round pick, but still,
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of
a... What is he? I don't even know what his story is. I know he's on the Kings.
Here's the problem. We have a good backup goalie. His name's Cam Talbot, and he's performed very well in big spots. Shit, some people you could make the argument that he's outperforming goddamn Lundqvist, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah, it depends on who you talk to with the Ranger, with the blue shirt faithfuls.
Fuck off. I know, because the Ranger fans are like the Einsteins of the hockey world, and everybody else is just stupid, right?
Depending on who you talk to.
That was safe. Oh, God. Do you know I have to pee like a racehorse?
Oh, go pee. I'll take over the show from here.
Would you? I was going to play a song.
Sure. No. I'll take it. This is the moment I was born. Just be quick.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. You're on. I'm going to pee.
All right. You know what? While Tommy's going pee, let's just take a look at the what's going on in the standings right now. So this is really awkward. This is a new feeling. I've done radio for a long time. I've just never been left alone with the radio. I kind of feel like a child right now when the oven. The first time your parents go away and you're told not to touch the oven. So. Let's just go over the standings right now in the NHL while Tommy is going tinkle. Okay. Right now in the Atlantic, we have Boston coming in at number 1 with 58 points. Tampa Bay at 54. Montreal at 53. We have Detroit coming in at number 4 right now, holding the wild card spot with 48 points. Let's get into that wild card, actually. Because the wild card is probably the best way to decipher how your team is doing in the NHL right now, because, well, let's face it, this whole entire new system's fucked. Let's see. Okay, Boston, the number 1, Tampa Bay, number 3. Pittsburgh now on top of the Metropolitan Division with 63 points, running away with it. You have Philadelphia and Washington with 46 points. Then you have the 2 wildcard teams, which are right now the Winter Classic teams, the Detroit Red Wings and the Toronto Maple Leafs.
So you decided not to do any comedy, is what you're saying?
I did a little bit.
I said, all right, this sucked. Nobody laughed. I'm going right to scores.
No. I said, this is. I've been doing internet radio for a very long time. This is the first time I've been left alone. It's kind of like being a child and you're told to not touch the oven when your parents go out.
Well, I mean, how many times like do the host goes like, "Hey, I gotta pee."
Yeah, I know. You just leave your, You
know what the best thing is? I left this picture of Henrik Lundqvist on the entire time you were talking.
If I knew that, I would have just said, "Oh yeah," I would have just made fun of him.
Yeah, if you know that, but I didn't tell you, did I? Oh, he's a wonderful wonderful man. Yeah. It's been a long ass time.
No, it's been fun though.
I had a great. I love this show. It's one of my favorites.
You say that every week, except the last show.
No, if you listen to the first part of the last show, it's actually really good. And it's just the technology just kind of like takes a dump on us, man.
It's your technology. It's Germany's
I don't think so though. I mean, I can't decide whether it was like my computer, which I got to be honest, it does run hot when we broadcast, or it was just some kind of bandwidth issue here in Germany, or just with my ISP. So I can't decide because you know me. I get to the bottom of the shit when there's a problem. Correct?
Yeah, you do.
I have not gotten to the bottom of it, and it's not that I haven't looked into it. I don't know what the
it has to be because you have broadband, right?
Yeah. So I don't know if they were doing something or there's too many people online, but we had done like 4 people like 3 times before. The only thing we did different is we did a lot of video. But I mean, at some of the times when it takes a dump, we didn't have the video. So now I'm like kind of afraid to do video.
I mean, right now, like I have a cable modem. Tracy's on the computer. I'm on the computer. We have the TV going, my iPad on.
Yeah.
Probably.
Well, you only got to do audio. That's not that much, though. I'm doing a lot more here. Yeah, I'm running through a desktop.
You're doing it through a desktop?
Yeah. Well, it was a quad core. I have a quad core, but it's like 3 or 4 years old now. Because I really like my let's see, what she left me in 2000. I was reminded, like it's like it would be she left me, I can't remember when my wife left me. I think it was 2000. Yeah, it was 2010 to 11. So January 1st would have been the first day she walked out the door, so it's like a 3-year anniversary. So I had that computer a year before that.
Let's go 3, 2, 1, Happy New Year! I know my New Year's resolution.
3, 2, 1. You won't see your kid again. Bye. That's what it was for me in 2011.
His old acquaintance we forgot.
And your family, and your life, and everything else.
As the Honeymooners Marathon's playing, she's just walking out the door. Bang, zoom, right to the bone. I was out to here.
So yeah, it's been like I've had this computer for a minute, and do you know what I did when we were gone? I don't know. I don't really feel embarrassed to say this in front of you because like you do.
You took a lot of bloody shits.
No, because you did Rocky Horror.
Yeah.
That to me would be the most embarrassing thing to say, even before bloody shit. But I started playing World of Warcraft again in that time, just to kind of.
How long is it before Andy leaves you?
I don't know, man. Because the first time we played, and I could say we because we were doing it together, it seemed to be kind of mutual, but we only moved for another couple months. So I had this idea within the last 2 weeks to kind of come back and do it. And I can't say that she's terribly happy about it,
Everything that she thought was cute about you.
Yeah, it's like all over
not
because
cute
that was like
anymore.
that was like
it's
2-3 years
cute.
ago, right?
Like, you know, when I oh, Jake is so funny. He says so many things, and now it's that's really racist and immature. How would you feel if somebody said that about me?
Yeah, it could be.
You know, it's just the things that women found so endearing about you.
Yeah.
And that you guys.
You and me both. Yeah, I gotta say,
like, they're like, no, that's not cool anymore.
Yeah, right.
You know, like, what did I was watching the movie 42 yesterday.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't think it was I said something else, but I don't know if you saw my Facebook status. It was, what would have happened if Jackie Robinson was a horrible baseball player?
Like Satchel Paige, I don't know, would have been the best black baseball player ever. I don't know. I gotta tell my dad that.
You know, and like, but I said something about my black pug, because he looks like one of those black.
Did you save all your racist jokes for me? Jesus.
No, I do it all day. As I said, he looks like a lawn jockey.
Oh, he looks awful. Come on, what are you doing to me? You trying to sabotage me?
No, he looks.
Do you realize if we do get famous one day, I gotta listen to this shit on fucking Entertainment Tonight? You know?
Yes. I don't care. I'm hoping for the day when Al Sharpton knocks on my door. I get a chance to go on his show.
Well, this hockey show, a game devoid of the black man.
Now, I understand that your African-American audience now is not listening to your show.
Therefore, you think you can say the things you say.
No, but I just said I want to dress him up as a jockey and put a lamp in his.
Do you have a lawn? No, you don't. Nobody has lawn jockeys anymore. They get their fucking house on fire.
Hey, you know what? But my neighbor, he showed me something that he has in his.
I remember them when I was a kid and them being.
He has a statue of a black. He got it from the South, from like North Carolina. It's of like a black child eating watermelon.
Oh God, that's awful.
It really is. He showed it to me. He said he was gonna put it out front, but he was like, I can't put it out front.
Yeah, the balls.
And I said I kept on showing my wife pictures of this.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to dress up our black pug, because you've seen pictures of my black pug. He looks like a little. He looks like a stereotype. He looks like a stereotypical Looney Tunes cartoon from the 30s about old black people. You know? He really does.
Thanks.
Post a picture of my black pug and tell me he doesn't look like that.
No!
Do it. No,
are you insane?
No, I'm saying I'm not trying to sound racist.
But you're doing a great job.
No, I'm not saying that he does. I'm just saying he looks like the things that were portrayed in the past.
Terrible. Like that movie, Ghost World.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you see? Yeah, I suppose. Here's the problem. We got no background in this joke here. It's killing me. And we do a hockey show, which automatically everybody thinks we're racist because we're white hockey fans.
I'm watching football right now, so that doesn't make sense.
Oh no, yeah. You're
watching a bunch of black guys fucking fighting for a ball and fucking.
All right, I had enough. Now I really actually have to do the plugs.
Yeah.
Sure. Thank you, by the way. All right, JohnFreemanMusic.com, JohnFreemanMusic.com. Please check out JohnFreemanMusic.com. I think he's got a new record, a new album, and it's got it on SoundCloud. So go to JohnFreemanMusic.com and check out all his great.
Shit.
What's that?
Download that shit.
Download that shit, bitches. And John is also the official musician for Shot to the Point, and he is for work and for hire. John Freeman at JohnFreemanMusic.com. Did this little song right here because he's redonkulously talented. I don't know. That's from last week. Terrible. I
got a plug. One of a video blogger who I'm trying to get him to write a video blog about our show on YouTube. Mm-hmm. He's a Devils fan. He's a wrestling fan. I told him about Joe's show, our show.
Sure.
So check him out. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. That's Devilsaholic.
Oh yeah,
YouTube.
I got him. He just subscribed the other day. Kept me above 37, 837.
That's right. Yeah, he's going. I'm trying to get him.
He liked our. I guess he liked our work with our. Oh God, you have to say Joe's work with Doc Emmerich.
That's the clip I sent him.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That's the go-to clip. It's either
that is the go-to clip. That's what I play for everybody. Carlson. Look, I'm talented. This guy from Boston did this for me. You know.
That's right. I'm just throwing in a few little silly things, but he just runs away with it.
I had one or two good lines. You had one or two good lines, and Joe Cronin of the Joe Cronin Show.
Joe Cronin Show. Listen to him if you like wrestling.
Yeah, I do.
And if you like just like off the wall shit, like some of his non-wrestling stuff that he posts just makes me laugh.
He's great.
Like him eating Clorox wipes.
And well, here's another thing about Joe Cronin. He has helped us as far as like broadcasting and advice, and he takes me off. We actually have like really normal adult conversations offline. It's amazing. We really do. It's bizarre, you know. And he's been so helpful and so encouraging. And it was really just because we played a clip of his almost a year ago, and he's just been a really good friend.
Yeah, who would have thought the fucking psychopath that wanted to stab fucking Jerome McGinley would have been our guy. Would be one of the guys that has helped us immensely get listeners into this.
Yeah, I know. Here we go. We gotta play this for him. Just stop. That's exactly what we're talking about.
That's right. I say it to everybody. I go, here's the thing. Everybody that is associated with this show, out of all of them, I've only met one person face to face one time for about 2 hours. So it just goes to show.
Yeah. Yeah, because. But Joe has been great to us. Yeah. Everything from Google Hangouts to YouTube Live. And Troy's been really funny too. I don't know, because he's only been in a few of our shows. I don't know if he knows how much we appreciate what he's done.
I love how he's down, because I wrote this whole thing about Merry Christmas from a shot from the point. You know, It's been great. Met 2 new friends. Yeah. And then he comes in, he puts an asterisk and says acquaintances.
What a douche. Fucking jerk. Ah, God. Oh, man. I had the plugs button. Okay. All right, listen. I'm fucking with the music. Listen, if you want to catch any of us, you want to catch me, I'm at Tommy C. SFTP. Tommy C. at SFTP. If you want to catch Troy, he's a really, really funny guy, a Boston native. Check him out at I Need a One Up. That's Twitter at, if you want to catch him on Twitter, at I Need a One Up. Joe Cronin has his wrestling show. Check him out at Joe Cronin Show. At Joe Cronin Show. And of course, my number one man, my go-to guy, Jake Link. Check him out.
I think I say Dave Ancura.
You should have gave me a chance to say it, douche.
Number one guy, the best co-host ever, Dave.
Best co-host ever. At Jake Link Comedy. At Jake Link Comedy on Twitter. This is a good way to communicate with you if you actually stuck through it this long. And
you can see my very racist posts.
And you can see he's ridiculous.
You can see me talk about the movie 42.
What do you mean the movie 42?
I even said, because I'm very curious. There's certain things I just think about. Yeah. I'm like, I wonder in that movie, the people that are portrayed as like the racists that told them that they ain't allowed to be playing baseball with the white boys. I wonder if they're still alive watching the movie, saying to their grandkids, like, yep, that was me. I told Jackie Robinson he's not allowed to play baseball.
I think they're all long dead, douche. And John Freeman, check out at John Freeman 178. Yeah, all these white guys in these racist movies are really uninhibited, and they're never afraid to get their ass kicked. They never are they, Jake?
No, they're not.
Yeah, let me tell you something. When I grew up, you said the N-word to the word, you said the N-word to the wrong guy. I mean, if you're one of those guys who said the N-word, which is like none few and far between. You know, nose surgery might have been a good investment.
Yeah, I mean, back then they would just say it like it was like, "Oh, how you doing today?" You know, like the opening scene is Mr. Ricky, the owner of the Brooklyn Dodgers, going, "I want to get a Negro ball player." Like, I know it's Negro, but still, imagine if they just said that today.
Great. Hey, look at right now. If you're watching or listening to Shot from the Point on YouTube, this is not for kids. We do a hockey show, and I don't know. Jake's the only one that'll talk to me in Germany, so I mean, here we go. There's my excuse. What have you? Hey, listen. 2 more shows to announce. A, Losers Radio, right here on Shot from the Point channel. That has everything to do with hockey, news, and music. Hosted by yours truly, Tommy C. It's coming real soon. Unannounced, unsurprised. And the new Shot from the Point hockey podcast time, Shot from the Point Live, will be broadcasting from now on at 12 o'clock on Sundays, pretty much for the rest of the hockey season. There may be some changes, especially if there's a gold medal game from the United States and Canada, but that's what we'll be doing. Check out Losers Radio. Check out JohnFreemanMusic.com. Check out Joe Cronin Show. Losers Radio will be right here on this channel, by the way. So subscribe right now. And if you want to keep up with us on Facebook, check us out
I might be doing something I want to start.
Yeah.
I gotta find a co-host, but it's gonna be called. It actually goes into the racial debates that racial thing.
You should be nowhere near news, Mr. Racial. You just come on to sabotage me?
Hear me out.
Are you angry with me for not having on in 3 weeks, and now you're gonna sabotage me through racial crap?
No. It's gonna be called the Great American Race. The Great American
Fat Racist.
No. I gotta find a black co-host. I have somebody. His name's Marlo Sweet Dick Willie Stanfield. Facebook. That's his name on Facebook. Look him up.
Great.
I actually.
Why don't you have him on this show? Is he like the Devils?
He actually does like hockey.
Well, put him on. That'd be funny.
I gotta get him on, but I want to do a show where I have a black co-host.
Yeah.
And we just poke fun at all the the black-white issues that are going on in America.
Yeah.
Because let's face it.
It would have been great when they did the acquittal of Zimmerman. You guys should have really had a show then.
Oh, well, I mean, that's actually how I found them, because one of my friends, she posted all this stuff about the acquittal, and he was going in there calling him a cracker ass and blah, blah, blah. And I started talking to him. And
he's definitely our kind of guy.
And
by the way, it will not be on my channel, but I will promote it.
I know it won't be on your channel.
No, it definitely won't. I'm scared.
No, but I'm just saying because because the reason why you're scared, you shouldn't be scared. You should be able to talk about these things in the open.
You know what? And I'm gonna leave that to you and your host. What's his name?
His name, I got to talk to him more. I don't know how.
What's his name on Facebook?
Marlo Sweet Dick Willie Stanfield.
Thank you very much. Come back to the Shot for the Point. 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time next week. See you, bitches. Or maybe this. Yeah, that's it.
It was fun.
Yeah. Stop streaming.